I love contradictions and surprises, like things that make you do a double take. Like I love how when you've only talked to somebody on the phone and then you meet them for the first time and they look nothing like you expected. And like when I go out in public with my cute little 7-pound fluff ball of a dog and everybody thinks she's this cute, shy, demure little creature, which she is out in public, don't get me wrong. But when I get her home and it comes to playtime, or rather when she wants it to be playtime, she's a savage, believe me. And one of my favorite contradictions, as of late anyways, is how Maine will give you the most breathtaking pastel sunset right before a nor'easter comes in and dumps 2 feet of snow on your car. So when Sophia sent me these wood bezels, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with them. I'll link her YouTube channel and her Etsy store below. Sophia makes these really awesome wood bezels here, as you can see, and she has a YouTube channel showing off all of her awesome wood bezels that she makes. If you saw my unboxing video of these, you know I love teeny tiny things, but the only problem with teeny tiny things is trying to find cool stuff to fit inside said teeny tiny things. So to showcase these dramatic black flowers I wanted to use, I'm using this pretty pearly pink, wow, say that 10 times fast, to contrast these kind of Gothic flowers. So here's an interesting contrasting tidbit about Maine. It takes basically all summer for the water temperatures around here to get to that temperature where I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go swimming. So when it's Florida hot out there and the weather app gives you all kinds of warnings about bringing your pets inside and not to stay outside for any extended period of time, it also happens to warn you about not trusting the water temperature and that you're at risk for hypothermia. I'm just saying, you can check the weather on the beaches in Florida and Jersey and you're never going to see a warning like that. And on the flip side, Mount Washington, which isn't technically in Maine, but it's just over the border from Maine, it has one side of the mountain that has snow on it much longer than the other side. You can go skiing on it in spring. So I'm clearly obsessed with resin, and I really only make jewelry. And as a rule, jewelry's pretty small, so generally most of my supplies last me a really long time. This pink mica powder, for example, I've had for, I think, a couple of years, and I seem to have an endless supply of it. Unfortunately, the camera doesn't capture how pretty this pearly pink really is. Full disclosure, I bought these flowers, so I am not sure about how they were dyed, and I've definitely bought flowers where the colors have bled into the resin. So I'm just making sure here to use really thin coats to hopefully mitigate any bleeding. But at the end, I'm really happy with how these turn out. The 2 smallest sets are a no-brainer. These guys are going to be turned into studs. After I set and centered the studs, yeah, I do it with pliers because that gives me a more steady hand. I like to secure them with another thin coat of resin. And done. Comment below your thoughts on contrasts and contradictions. I love how cute and dainty they are. They give this vintage sort of Gothic vibe, right?